Hi, welcome to this tutorial. This tutorial is on, is on how to grade free response questions on quizzes that might have been pre-populated to your courses. So I went ahead and made a recording so that if other people have questions about this, they could refer to this video and hopefully it will be helpful. So I'm in a sandbox course right now and I have created a quiz, demo quiz. So this demo quiz, if we go in and take a look at the demo quiz, has only 2 questions in it. So one is, it's got lame instructions, I know, and then it's got a horrible essay question, is Velveeta really cheese? Explain why or why not. And then it's got the true-false objective question down here. The reason I put both of those in there is because I want in this demo to show how it will self-grade the objective questions, but it will require the instructor to go in and to hand grade the free response sorts of questions. So the quiz is loaded. It is in, we're going to go into student mode to take the quiz, and then we will switch views into the teacher mode in order to see where you would go to actually hand grade those. So if I click on quizzes, we should find our demo quiz. Here's our demo quiz. I'm going to actually go into settings and switch to student view so I can take the quiz. So we hit settings, and in the upper right there's a student view. So this is just so we can get some data in there. So I'm going to go to quizzes and I'm going to take the demo quiz. And this is kind of nice because you get the chance to see what students see. So demo quiz, those are my lame instructions. I didn't put a time limit. It's due in the 13th, or I just put an arbitrary due date. But if you hit begin, it will load the quiz and we can answer. So here I could put Velveeta is tasty, but it is not really cheese. It does not contain milk. Okay, yada, yada, yada. All right. So this is my free response sort of question here. I've made it 5 points, so and then I made my true-false 2 points, just arbitrarily. The world is experiencing a pandemic right now, so I would answer true. And then here we can click submit. And this is what a student would see. Upon submission, you will not be able to change your answers. Are you ready? So it's a little confirmation. We click submit. And then we see it auto grading immediately. So it'll auto grade for the student. It's got 2 out of 7 points. 1 question requires grading. So that's what the student sees. So right now they have a 28.5%, a 2 out of 7 points. And then it shows them that they have the free response question is waiting for grade. So the question becomes, how do you as a teacher go in and grade those free response questions? So if you click leave student view, we're headed back into teacher mode. So now let's put our teacher hat on. In teacher mode, we can go to, and we'll start from the, beginning. So if we're not in a quiz right now, let's say we're back in our course menu here, we would go to quizzes, or a quiz might be in our module, we could click on it there as well. And then we click on the demo quiz, and it just pulls us into the screen where you can see I've got 2 questions, that's the instructions. It's worth a total of 7 points, and I build settings, reports, and moderate. So if I click into moderate, you can go down into attempt 1-1, and notice here is my free response question for my sample student. It's already graded, auto-graded the second one, but the top one here is not. So let's say that this was like, it's an okay answer, it could have used more details. We can go ahead and either type directly in here, a 2, or we can click the buttons here in order to get out of 5 points. And then when we are ready, we also can put comments in here. So put some blah blah comments in here, so you can see that, and then we'll hit grade it. So the student would be able to go in and look at the comment, and let's go down here. There is a regrade button if you need it. There's fudge points if you wanted to curve it. Well, it wouldn't be a true curve, that's why they call it fudge points, I suppose. And then if we hit update, notice it's still 2 out of 7, but if we hit update, we're done. We got 7 out of 7, no fudge points needed. They aced it. They got 100% now, 7 out of 7 points. It took all of 47 seconds in order to take it. So, and then we could go back to moderate, and you would go on to the next student. So I just have demo students in here, and I'm using my test student account. Let's go back in and take a look at grades so you get a sense of what that looks like. If we go back into the sandbox here and we click on grades and we look at student, we have to scroll till we see it. There we go. There is our test student, received a 10 out of 10, 100%. I don't know that we can go into SpeedGrader. You might be able to go into SpeedGrader to see it. Yeah, looks like it lets you go into SpeedGrader as well. So that's another option in order to grade it. Let's check to see if that works. Let us go to back to the course. I'm going to... No other student has submitted anything. So let's go into our course settings and reset the student. So we go back into student view. I'm going to reset that student, which clears all its history for the student. All right, and we're going to go to quizzes. We're going to go to our demo quiz. And we're going to hit begin like we did before. We're going to type Velveeta is definitely a cheese as it is yellow and comes in a block. Anyway, you get the idea there. And then the world is experiencing a pandemic right now. Let's make that false. All right, so we're going to get that one wrong. Submit. Same message. We get submit. It auto grades. We've got false, 0 out of 7, 23 seconds, and this is waiting for a grade. So let's leave the student view here and try and go through the other way. So if we go up into courses and we go to directly to our grade book. So let's see if we can go directly to our grade book and find that quiz. So there's some unpublished assignments. There we go, 0 right now out of 10. Let's click here. We choose the little arrow. We click SpeedGrader, and it's going to pull up the interface. And sure enough, we could, let's see, if we put in 2 here, okay, we could still put in our comments. And we could hit done. We could go down, we can hit our update button. All right. And it looks like the results here have been updated, but here under assessment grade it has not been updated. Let's go into the grade book and see what happened. They should have 2 out of 7 points. All right, demo quiz, it gave them 2.86 points. So that's kind of interesting. So, oh, I see why I gave him 2.86 points. So, because the assignment is out of 10, but I only made it 2 out of 7 points, we can see that that's what the issue was. So it had to convert a 28.57% to be out of 10 points, and so it did the math for us. So, all right, so it looks like you can go in both ways in order to grade. You can either go into Gradebook, click on one of the assignments and choose SpeedGrader and go through it that way, which is pretty fast actually. I prefer SpeedGrader. Or you can go into quizzes and choose Moderate, and you could grade free response that way. So hopefully this was helpful for you. I'm going to stop the recording because we hit almost 10 minutes here. Hopefully this was useful. Reach out if it's not, and we can work offline.